And this is a very good place to start because we can ask the question, we can answer the question, how do you make a ruler? And I want to show you. It's quite instructive. Alright, so here is the baseline that we want to make a ruler out of. And we'll start by, say, drawing 2 points. Okay? And we're going to sort of use that as the basis for a system. Alright, so the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line parallel to the given line. So let's see, try to make it as parallel as possible. Alright, so this line here that I've drawn now is supposedly parallel to the original line. And now I'm going to take these 2 points, and through the first one I'm going to draw another line. And it doesn't really matter where it is. And then I'm going to draw a line that's parallel to that one through this second point. Like that. Alright. So these 2 lines here were parallel. I'll denote that like that. And these 2 lines are parallel. We'll denote that with these double arrows. Alright. And now we want to make a ruler. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to draw some more parallel lines. So here's a new point. And here's another new point. And I'm going to connect this new point with that old point down there. There's another line. And then through this point here, I'm going to draw yet another parallel line that's parallel to the one that I've just drawn. Alright, so there we go. Now I can, in my mind, I'm thinking that this segment here that we started with has been reproduced up here. Okay, it's the basic idea. This segment here has been reproduced on this parallel line. But now I'm going to translate, that's essentially what I've done, translate it again to down here. So down here, so that this segment is the same as this segment, and this segment is the same as this segment, so that what we have now is 2 equal segments on the original line. And now we can repeat this construction. So I can just do the same thing to these 2 points as I did to these 2 points. So here I can draw a parallel line. Maybe something like this. And I get a new point here. And then from here I make a new parallel line. And I can continue in this way to create a series of equally spaced points on our base line, our original line, let's call it L. Now along the way I'm actually also constructing equally spaced points on other lines. For example, if I look on this line here, then these additional points here are also forming a kind of a equally spaced group of points on that line there. Alright, so we're capable of doing this, but that's still not really such a good ruler because we haven't been able to make finer subdivision. So suppose we wanted to divide this segment into a certain number of equal sub-intervals. How could we do that? Well, here's a nice trick. Suppose, just for the simplicity, that I want to divide this into 3 equal pieces. Okay. So what I can do is I can take the 3 equally spaced segments on this line here. So there's 1, 2, 3. And I can join this one with this one. Alright. And now if I take that line that I've just drawn and make a parallel line that's going through this one, it's supposed to be a parallel line, and then one more parallel line through this point here as well, well then I've gotten some points down here, and I've gotten 3 smaller segments where I just had 1 to begin with. And I could easily just as well have divided this into 5 or 10 by taking more points along here and drawing parallel lines in exactly the same way. And so I think you can experiment a little bit. You can see that by combining these techniques we can then create a ruler with as fine a subdivision as we want, and that extends as far as, well, we feel like it, subject to the accuracy of the tools at hand and the size of the paper that we have.